Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be showing off the brand new dinosaurs in action. There's a new fusion and there's a new effect monster, but the player in the back is going to be going first over here, and Igor is going to be showing how good the new dinosaurs actually are, playing through lots and lots of stuff over here. So the person playing some Sword Soul, he's going to have a Chizao and also a Longlon at the end of the turn. Looks like it's going to be some Tenyi Sources. So starting out with a fossil, they're going to be searching out and going right into a Miscellaneosaurus. Scrap Raptor is being summoned, and he's going to go ahead and add. And now he's going to go for the Chimera, and he is going to, unfortunately, get Chimera stopped. But he's able to banish and go for the Archosaur. Archosaur activating his effect, going to be destroying the Baby Ceratosaurus in the hand. Baby Ceratosaurus bringing out the Oviraptor. Oviraptor going to be adding that additional baby, and then he's going to activate the Wyvern, but unfortunately that card gets wrecked. Evo Pill is activated over here to take some damage. Pingatrop's coming out. Also, he's going to pop the back row over here, but the back row is going to actually tribute and then special summon a Ashuna. And he's going to now go for Rex as well as Conductor Crown, flipping everything face down, and now he's going to go ahead and destroy the baby. The baby's going to bring back another baby. Baby's going to bring back more babies, just babies for days. And here's a card where it doesn't see that much play, but if a card is destroyed by a card effect, you get a special summon it from your hand. Then during your main phase, you can destroy another dinosaur in your hand or field, and then special summon a dino normal from your hand or deck. And then you can't special summon monsters for the extract for the rest of the turn, except for Dragon, Dinosaur, Sea Serpent, or Worm, which doesn't really hurt the deck that much. Ideally, Bow of the Goddess is like one of the cards that you maybe want to shoot for, which, let me see if this one actually has. Okay, he's not even playing it over here because we're kind of limited. All right, so anyways, this is another new card. This is Kaitoptera. This is making it so if your opponent controls 2 or more wind monsters, those monsters can't target this card for attack. It's kind of niche, but that's that part of the effect. And then the other part of the effect is you can only use each of the following effects of it once per turn. So during your main phase, you get to add a polymerization from your deck to your hand, and then if this card is banished, you get to special summon it, then you get to add another polymerization from your grave to your hand. So it basically lets you reoccur for your fusion monsters. And what fusions do dinosaurs make now? Well, there's another newer card over here, which you're about to see. So he adds the poly, activates the poly, because he doesn't really need the vanilla right here at this point. But like, I was thinking about like how good is this at play actually? I mean, going for poly, kind of another brick, but then the point is to show off the newer stuff, right? And maybe Igor is testing out, but this guy's a beast. Okay, he's a go at this deck. So he's making Horn Saurus over here. This is kind of a newer card, and it requires this card as material, and then another dinosaur or a dragon. So maybe these cards. So these are yeah, dragons, right? Maybe if you've used all the material up, it could be okay for that. Anyways, so it this card can attack directly the turn it is special summon. So maybe your opponent's really low, you can use that. But you can only use each of the following effect of it once per turn. So if this card is fusion summon, you get to place 1 field spell from your deck or graveyard face up in your field zone, and then during your main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, you get to summon another dinosaur or a dragon. So extends your combo a lot further. Being able to not only get the, obviously the Lost World, and on top of that get an additional summon, that's pretty good, right? He ends up going right into the Transcendosaurus, the Drillganthus over here. So while it has no materials, if it battles, any battle damage inflicted to your opponent is doubled, but you can only use each of the following effect of it once per turn. This card is not like super new, but it doesn't see that much play in dinos, at least as far as I'm aware of right now. Because you have to play like the vanilla stuff, which a lot of people don't want to play. But anyways, once per turn, you detach a material from this card, target one of your banished dinosaur monsters and special summon it. And if this card is destroyed, you get to shuffle a normal monster from your graveyard into the deck. Then you get to special summon this card. So then again, you get to do the double damage, and it's got 3,000 attack. I mean, most of the dinos, you can OTK quite easy in dinos anyways, but nonetheless, he's giving him a token. He's going to then re-special summon Missile, so you have a following turn. But usually dinos, they can destroy you in one turn, so he's going to go ahead and have the effect of Conductor Tyranno, burning everything for 3,000 over here. And these do have good stats, in the attack department, but on the defense, it doesn't really matter because everything's going to be dead, and he OTKs the opponent over here. Okay, so he still had 2 Veilers, but unfortunately, Missile is Missile, right? He still was able to have the plays go through with still that many disruptions, which was actually pretty impressive. All right, so he's going to be going again over here. Turn 1, the Sword Soul player, the Sword Soul Tenyi, and we're going to see the Dino player. This is another card, doesn't see a ton of play, because it lets you add a Dinosaur Tuner or a Dinosaur Normal from your deck to your hand, but you do also get to destroy one, so he's going to go ahead and activate Droplet, and he's going to get, unfortunately, Drone Lockbird. Now, how does he play out of this? Igor is a GOAT. I'm telling you guys, like, after watching him, I'm like, dude, okay, I need to brush up on my dino skills, because the last time I actually like started playing Yu-Gi-Oh like more seriously was when Master Duel first came out. We hit the highest rank with my dinosaur decks, and honestly there was no one playing dinos for the most part when I was grinding and ranked. I don't know if it's gotten more popular, but nonetheless, I mean, he's making some pretty good combos. Well, this is back when I was playing. I think Hulk was still legal at the time. Anyways, Wyvern coming out, and even though he's gotten drawn Lockbird, look at his play over here. He's still going in. Obviously, he has to go into main phase 2, but just because Lost World plus the token, he's able to still establish a pretty decent board. He's got Dolga, so this is 2 negates. This is basically like another 3 negate, and this is like kind of like 4 negate / disruptions. Really good stuff indeed. Lost World going to be activating its effect, and he wants to get rid of that token, perhaps because he needs to have this token gone so he can actually do stuff, because this prevents them from like targeting. So this is another card where it can kind of ruin opponent's hand traps or any other like disruptions, because well, they can't target anything except for tokens, and he has to just GG out of there. Man, Igor, you made this deck look so good. But I'm going to give you guys a brief little deck profile for the brand new dinosaurs using the new fusion. So what can you actually play? There's also this card over here, which is, again, part of the vanilla stuff, which I'm not sure if I actually really like. This card, as far as it being, like, viable, it's kind of mediocre. I think that one card that is actually pretty okay, considering if a card or cards destroy a battle by card effect, if they negate and destroy, being able to special summon this kind of extends your combos even further, and on top of that, being able to get that additional summon if your plays go south. Maybe these cards can be okay. I was just never a fan of playing, you know, the Sabersaurus or any of the vanillas. I know, like I said, it does work with some of the other stuff, like Ground Zeno, having that potential to add a dinosaur tuner, or you know, was it a normal or a dinosaur tuner? Like, yes, you get to pop one card in your hand, lets you play more copies of the babies, but yeah, it does allow kind of more stuff. And then there's also this card, Raz, which requires 2 level 6s, but while it has material, opponent can't target it with monster effects. And when your opponent activates a card effect, as a quick effect, you detach 2 materials from this card, or just 1 material. If all of them are reptile and or dinosaur, then target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate it. It does not negate and destroy. I feel like most situations, Dolka is just better, but this is a level 6, so yeah, you can make it with this, and this also happens to be 6, so that's kind of like the newer stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and mouse over the cards over the build real quick. There's actually 2 different ones, so this is another one of the newer cards. Again, this adds poly. I guess it can extend the combos. I mean, you saw him just play through just multiple stuff. I mean, he did have 2 Veilers, which at that point he couldn't really use, but I mean, he was able to still negate some of the scrap parts of the combo. But I like playing the scrap engine, and he's still able to play the scrap engine in here, and he's also playing the True King over here. I believe this card is at 3 right now, and it's crazy because I remember I used to play the True King Dinos. I still think that that one is okay as well. But there was 2 different builds that he was playing over here, because obviously going second, having access to cards like Nibiru were pretty good. So the difference is, this is when I believe he still ended up going second, but now in the round 2 he started putting in Nibirus as well as Evenly, and then Droplets going second. Droplets is really fantastic in Dinos, as well, you can just stop everything, and then you can have a lot of fuel for any of your other plays, for Miss Cell to, you know, obviously be used. And Miss Cell I still think is multiple in the Master Duel game. Anyways, we're not really here to talk about Master Duel, but being able to make Naturia Beast at any point is just so fantastic in the deck over here. But nonetheless, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for the deck profile. If you guys enjoyed it, shout out to Igor for his build. It's really cool. I mean, you made use out of it. But I'm curious to know, any dinosaur players out there, do you guys actually think that the new fusion stuff is viable and good? I think it does extend the combos. I don't know, True King can be okay as well, but I just hate running brick cards. I feel like in order for this deck to work, like, I mean, this card's not really that much of a brick. Just being able to potentially destroy a card in your hand can extend the combo, but opening up with these 3 over here, I would say, is probably not ideal. And this card, it searches out Poly, and you usually want to special summon out of the deck. This is maybe on the same line. I mean, it has just during your main phase, you get to just instantly add 1, and then on top of it's banished, you get to resummon it. So it's not like that bad if you draw it. So I'd say there's like kind of like 3 bricks, so to speak, in here. I just hate seeing the vanillas. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on it. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, turn the bell so you don't miss out when we cover more dinosaur stuff, as it's one of my favorite archetypes, and I was always interested in checking out, you know, what the new support actually did, and that's what it does. Anyways, catch you guys in the next video, and the download link will be in the Discord.